But I think this is topic number 6 right here. We are talking Black Widow. Yes, and it'll be out in theaters this Friday, and I can't wait for the world to see it. And I have this article right here from radiotimes.com. They got an exclusive, and I don't think I've ever even heard of this site before. But exclusive. Yeah, thank you, Eman.
Exclusive.
Yeah, I saw Eman post this and I grabbed it. But they have the exclusive. Black Widow director says there could be a sequel, just not with Scarlet Johansson. Interesting. Kay Shortland, she's the director, says that it's the end of the road for Natasha Romanoff, but that doesn't mean the world of Black Widow has to end. And with the release of any Marvel superhero movie, the inevitable questions about sequels and follow-up inevitably come too. But in the case of the long-awaited Black Widow, things are a little more complicated. You see, Black Widow's titular character is already dead in the world of Marvel Cinematic Universe, with Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff killed in Avengers Endgame before returning to her this new prequel. Functionally, we already know how Natasha's story ends, so surely that sculptures any Black Widow follow-ups. And so I don't know how I feel about this exactly. But she just goes on to say, I think following a different character, yes, Shortland told Radio Times when asked if another film or follow-up was possible.
Yeah.
I think Scarlett is really happy that she's leaving the party. You know, she's the last to leave. She's not the last to leave. She decided she wanted to go, and I don't think she had wanted to come back at the moment. Certainly, Shortland herself seemed too keen to Marvel Sandbox, especially given how long her movie was kept in limbo by the coronavirus pandemic. I mean, all the beautiful flights and all the spectacle, and I think just creating something really fun and joyous is pretty addictive, she told us. So yeah, I would do it again, yes. I really feel happy about it. Usually I feel dread when I have something coming out, but this time I feel really happy. I think it's because it was such a group effort. Elliot, man, how you feeling about all this? You know, I'm perfectly fine with them. I mean, I would want to see Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow again in another prequel, like a Budapest prequel with Hawkeye or something like that. That's just something that I would want to see. But how are you feeling about these comments and, you know, a potential Black Widow sequel without Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah. So to answer that, obviously no spoilers. You know, film's coming out this Friday, Disney Plus theaters. I can see the continuation. I'll say that there is a an idea that the Black Widow mantra, the title, if you want to call it that, is a code name, right? Her real name is Natasha Romanoff. You know, she doesn't go by, the Avengers don't call her Black Widow, right? They don't call, they don't refer to her as that. So it's like, it's a mantra. So it's a title. So anyone can take on that title, very similar to what we're getting with Hawkeye later this year, as Hawkeye is a title that's maybe going to be passed on to a Kate Bishop to take on that mantle. So I can see a continuation of a sorts of the Black Widow name being carried on, especially with a particular character that's introduced in the film that we'll see on Friday. So I can definitely see that being the case. And hell, to be honest with you, man, especially if Scarlett Jo, is retiring the character, we know how her character ends in Endgame, and I don't know if she has this in her, if she ever wants to step into this lane, because I know she's the producer on this film. This is like, she was really heavily involved in this film coming to fruition, and she's been championing this film for years. But man, I would love to see a Black Widow sequel be directed by a Scarlett Johansson. I think that would be really, to kind of really, because I'll be honest with you, and you can Brandon's reviews on his channel, you can see my review, and we'll probably have further discussions about the film. But honestly, if I'm being honest with you all, I do feel like it was a really good acting performance by Scarlett Johansson, but I still don't feel like it was the best send-off for the character, considering that she should have got a film many, many years ago, and considering how things kind of shaped up with Endgame. So I do think there's someone that actually, in my opinion, kind of outshined Black Widow in her own movie, and that's how I kind of feel about it. So I would love to see Scarlett to get a little bit more, a better send-off if she's able to direct a Black Widow 2, if that is something Marvel wants to tackle.
Right on, man. I like that. I agree with you as far as like not being a proper send-off. So that's pretty you kind of hit the nail on the head there. Let me see. Even though BK had to break out the bleach for Midsommar, Florence Pugh did some amazing work in that film. I would love to see her as a new Black Widow. I would too. And I was going to bring that up next is it makes sense for her to take on the role as the new Black Widow, excuse me. And so I'm perfectly fine with that. She did great in the film. I know some people where it's like, oh, she stole the show. She took too much shine away from Natasha, Scarlett Johansson. I disagree. She had a great amount of screen time, but she didn't like hog the movie or whatever. So I really don't know what they're talking about right there. But I would be perfectly fine with that if that happened. Ridiculous thoughts. So thank you so much for that comment. Let's see, thoughts. I would just watch. Have you seen Midsummer, by the way?
Yeah, I love Ari Aster. I'm a big I like that kind of obscure, crazy, slow burning horror. Are you not a fan of Midsummer?
No, it was a great movie. It was done very well. It was very effective. But that movie haunted me, man. That was so uncomfortable. Like, when I was, watching it like this the whole time. When it was over, I knew I made it, but man, that was some disturbing stuff, man. It was,
man. Ari Aster, man. Have you Hereditary? Are you a big Hereditary fan?
I didn't check that out.
You didn't see Hereditary?
No, I'm not gonna. If his name is attached, I'm good. I am good.
I know you wanted to chat. What's his first film? Let's talk about the Johnsons. Have you ever seen that film?
No, nope, I don't want to see nothing.
That film's messed up.
You got a movie about Small Johnsons?
No.
I'm messing with you.
I'll tell you off camera what it's about. It's 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 a messed up film, man.
Melissa said, Elliot, it was a great film. Yeah, y'all got that. And Lizzie Latrice said she couldn't finish Hereditary.
Ooh, that you talk about a film that creeped me out. That creeped me out for sure.
Yeah, I'm good on all that. But hopefully, guys, we will get some Black Widow sequels and all that good stuff.
Yeah.